What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I'm going to be talking about the score streaks that we know about right now from the E3 build of Black Ops 3. I'm going to first share a list of all of the score streaks and what they do, and I'm going to go through and talk about my opinion on each one of these score streaks. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's get right into the list, and one thing I want to point out right at the beginning here is this is not all of the score streaks that we're going to be seeing in the final build of the game. There's actually a bunch of score streaks on the screenshots that I've seen that are locked. You can't see what they are exactly. So let's just cover these in the order that they're earned, based on the score that's required to earn them. So first we have the UAV. This one will cost 400 score, and this is no surprise. It's going to be the same as the UAV in Black Ops 2 as far as I'm aware. I don't think there will be any changes. The one change I wouldn't mind seeing though is having it so you're able to actually shoot it down with like an assault rifle or something. That's just something I'd like to see. I really enjoyed that in Modern Warfare 2. You had Stopping Power Pro, I believe it was, that allowed you to shoot those UAVs down pretty easily with an assault rifle, and I thought it was a nice balance. It took you out of the fight for a little while, but anybody could shoot it down at any point in time. I don't really think it's going to happen, but just one of my little minor hopes. So next up we have the HCXD, and this one costs 425 score in the current build, and this, from the looks of it, is going to be the exact same thing as the RCXD in Black Ops 2, except this hovers now instead of having wheels, which really isn't a big deal to me. I'm basically hoping for this one that it's just going to be balanced exactly the same as it was in Black Ops 2. I had no problem whatsoever with the RCXD in Black Ops 2. I found it was balanced nicely. If you had Flak Jacket, you'd almost always survive it. And even if you didn't have Flak Jacket, you could hear it coming from a distance away, and you could usually prepare for it and shoot it. Plus, with the thrust jumping abilities and the wall running abilities in Black Ops 3, I don't think this will be much of an issue. Moving on to the next score streak, this is called Dart. And this one I'm a little bit confused about still. I haven't seen any gameplay on it yet. Maybe there's some out there. I haven't really looked super hard for it. But this one, the description is pilot an anti-personnel drone that's equipped with missiles capable of locking onto enemies and score streaks. Can also dive bomb for an explosive blast. So this one, to me, it's kind of odd. It sounds almost kind of like an assault drone from Advanced Warfare. You can kind of go around and you can shoot missiles, and then you can also dive bomb, or you can dive bomb at any given point in time. I'm not too sure how it works. I'd love to see some gameplay on this. Sounds like an interesting concept though. I just hope it's not too powerful for it being a 525 score streak. So next we have the care package, which is worth 550 score to earn, and this is no surprise seeing the care package in here. One thing that I'd really like to know about the care package, and I don't think it's going to happen, is whether or not there's going to be map specific streaks again. I don't think there will be, because that really is kind of a Treyarch, or not a Treyarch, a Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer thing, but who knows, maybe they've adopted this. It's one thing I'm kind of interested in finding out. Other than that, there's really not much to mention about care package. So the next one is the counter UAV. This one costs 600 score to earn, and it's pretty much exactly what we'd expect. It's going to fly around like the UAV. It looks like it'll look completely different to the UAV. I'm hoping it's still something that's relatively easy to shoot down. This one actually looks like a small drone that would be flying quite low on the map. I'm not too sure about that though. I haven't seen any actual gameplay of the drone itself flying on the map, so we're not too sure about that, but I'm excited to see it return again. I feel like it's a really useful streak, especially for rushers that don't want to run Ghost or anything. They just want to basically plug up the minimap and then rush around freely, which is really nice, so not a surprise at all. Moving on to the next one, we have the Lightning Strike, and this one, from the looks of it, behaves exactly the same way as in Black Ops 2, and I'm happy that it's returning, but I hope it's balanced in the sense that I hope it gives you enough time to react to. I think when Black Ops 2 first launched, the Lightning Strike came in almost instantly. There was no time to react. Usually the announcer didn't even say enemy Lightning Strike inbound until you were already dead. Like, you would be spawning in and then it would say, oh, enemy Lightning Strike inbound. Sorry about that, like we totally missed that. I'm hoping there's going to be enough time for you to have a little bit of reaction. If you're out in the open and you got caught out in the open, I think it's kind of too bad. It's fair enough. They got that kill on you. They earned that Lightning Strike, and they earned those kills. But if you're near cover somewhere, I hope it gives you like a couple seconds to just get to cover and actually try to avoid this streak. Because that was one frustrating thing about the Black Ops 2 Lightning Strike, is oftentimes there was no chance to react to it. Moving on to the next score streak, this one is called the Talon, and this is essentially just an escort drone. And you can either manually control it, or you can let it do its own thing. Nothing really changed here. I'm sure it'll look different, it'll look cooler. This one costs 975 score to earn, and I'm glad to see it return. It was a nice streak to use. I didn't use it too often, to be honest, but it's still nice to know it is there. The next one is called Cerberus, and this is essentially an AGR from Black Ops 2. So you call in like a care package, basically. You call it in on the map. This thing will drop to the ground, and then it will just start roaming around killing enemies, or you can control it as well based on the description. And this one costs 1,000 score. I really like the AGR from Black Ops 2. I honestly didn't use it too often, but I really enjoyed using it every now and then. I probably should have used it more looking back. But the EMP grenades are really powerful, so I'd like to see how this is balanced out with EMP grenades. I would hope it would take like 2 EMP grenades to destroy this, at least 2, but we will see. Moving on to the next one, this one is called the Wraith, and this one costs 1,100 score to earn, and this is essentially a stealth chopper. From the sounds of it, it's exactly like a stealth chopper. It flies around the map. It doesn't show up on the enemy's minimap because it has advanced stealth capability according to the description of it. But it just flies around the map and it kills anybody that doesn't have blind eye on. And I think this is going to be a relatively powerful streak, and I kind of like that it will be, because it is 1,100 points to earn. And the reason I think it's going to be powerful is because of the perk balance. Now, if you didn't already know about the perks, I will leave a link to the description, link in the description below to the video that I did where I cover all of the perks that we know about from E3, and I believe these are going to be all of the perks in the game in the final build, but I could be mistaken on that. Basically, Blind Eye definitely has some tough competition within its tier, so I don't think people are going to be running Blind Eye on like every one of their classes, like a lot of people do in Advanced Warfare. So I think the Wraith is going to be actually pretty powerful, and I like that, because it will take 1,100 score to earn, so it's not necessarily a low, easy to earn streak. This next one is really interesting. This one's brand new, and it's called the R.A.P.S. Not too sure what it stands for exactly. But this one costs 1,275 score to earn, and the description is deploy ship that drops autonomous robotic anti-personnel sentry drones. I guess that's what R.A.P.S stands for, robotic anti-personnel sentry drones. This thing basically rolls around and it just shreds enemies up. We've seen this in, I believe it was the first reveal as well as the multiplayer reveal trailer. Maybe I'll just throw a little clip on here. Hopefully I don't get copyright flagged for it, but whatever. I'll throw that on there so you can see what it does. It looks like it could be pretty powerful. I'm not too sure. We'll see what kind of counters there are to it. I'm not too sure how difficult it's going to be to actually destroy once it is on the map. I'm hoping it'll be relatively difficult, like not something that you just throw one EMP grenade or something at and it just blows it up. That'd be a little frustrating because it is worth 1,275 score, and I'm hoping that the higher score streaks are actually going to be quite effective, because I feel like you should be rewarded if you are able to earn those streaks. But at the same time, I'd like to see some proper counters to these streaks. What do I think of this one? I think it looks like a lot of fun. I'm pretty interested to see how it plays out. I haven't seen any gameplay with it yet, but I think it looks pretty interesting, and I'm definitely excited to see it. So next up, we have the Combat Robot. Now this one, I'm not 100% sure what it is. There's no description on the screenshots that I have access to right now. But from the looks of it, you see one drop in the reveal trailer. It basically drops from a ship somewhere. It just drops onto the map. And my guess is it's going to be kind of like an AI-controlled Goliath, and possibly something you can also control manually. I'm not entirely sure on that. That's just my best guess. And this one, I don't have a score for either. It's somewhere between 1,275 and 1,500 score. So my guess is 1,300 to 1,400 score to earn this combat robot. And I'm definitely interested to see some gameplay of this and see what it actually does and what the counters are to it, how much damage it can take before you can destroy it, and basically exactly what does it do. And finally, we have the Mothership. Now, you guys have probably seen some gameplay if you guys have been really looking and searching on YouTube for it. If you haven't seen any gameplay, I know Ali has some gameplay of the Mothership score streak, and this one is, I believe it was worth 1,500 score in the current build, and this thing's an absolute beast. Apparently it stays on the map for like 2 full minutes. Like normally streaks, like in Advanced Warfare for instance, they stay on the map for like 30 seconds to a minute or somewhere around there, but like no more than a minute. And this one's on there for 2 minutes, as I heard from somewhere, which is absolutely insane. But I also like the fact that it's something that actually lasts, and it seems like it's going to get a lot of kills, and it feels worth it to earn for 1500 score, because 1500 score isn't necessarily easy, so I'm glad that it is kind of a beast of a streak. And it looks pretty cool. Essentially, to shoot this thing down, you shoot down different sections of it at a time. You don't just shoot down the whole streak. This thing has areas where players can join, like players on your team can join in the streak with you, kind of like Advanced Warfare. They can assist you with it, and they can actually get kills on one of the turrets. But the turrets can be blown up before the actual mothership goes down. So if you start shooting your rockets, whatever they're going to be, Stinger missiles of some sort, at the mothership, you don't just take it all down, you take out different modules on it, which will decrease its effectiveness, I believe, as you destroy different modules, and then eventually you actually destroy the whole streak once you destroyed all the modules. This is my understanding of it. Looks like a pretty powerful streak, but I like that, like I said, because it's something that is not super easy to earn from what I can see. As for the streaks that we don't know about yet, these ones we can only really speculate, and a couple guesses that I'm going to throw at it is possibly a VSAT. I wouldn't mind seeing a VSAT. I really enjoyed having a VSAT. I just think it should be something that's a little bit more difficult to earn than it was in Black Ops 2, because I found VSATs to be quite easy to earn in Black Ops 2, but I would like to see it return. Possibly a swarm type streak, I'm not too sure. I feel like the mothership isn't going to be the highest streak. I think there's going to be a streak that's way up there in the like 18 or 1900 score range, and I hope there is. I hope there's something that's really difficult to earn. Also, I just thought I'd mention, I don't feel like there's going to be a final, like a secret streak, like the DNA bomb or a chem strike or something like that. First off, it's not really Treyarch style, and second, there haven't been any indications or hints of this, and I just don't think it's going to be a thing. I still think the nuclear medal is going to return, or whatever they decide to call it this year, but I don't think there's going to be one of those game-ending or just massive streaks. So I'm pretty excited to get my hands on a lot of these streaks. Some of them are brand new, most of them are pretty much recycled streaks, and I'm okay with that. Some people are kind of getting mad because it's like, oh, it's just the same old streak with a different name. I'm fine with that because they had a year to tweak and balance, well, a couple years now, to tweak and balance the streaks for Black Ops 2. And I felt the streaks were actually balanced quite nicely in Black Ops 2. So I'm really excited to see a lot of the same streaks return. And I hope that Treyarch has learned enough lessons with those streaks to balance these ones properly. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video, talking about the score streaks in Black Ops 3. Next, we're probably going to be covering equipment, but we might cover something else as well. I'll probably talk about the equipment and my thoughts on everything there. So make sure you subscribe if you aren't already, because I've got a bunch more Black Ops 3 videos like this one, basically talking about my personal thoughts on things, but I also try to share as much information as possible with you guys. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.